Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be taking a look at a new figure from the Four Horsemen's Cosmic Legions line. This guy is the High Warden Slogg. So here is High Warden Slogg. This guy is a big figure. He comes in a big box. He's got a lot of weight to him. Pretty beautiful box as always. The Cosmic Legions are awesome, and again, love the retro look. Reminds me a lot of the old Star Wars where they would have the figures on the back of the package. Love the whole look of the box on these guys. This figure weighs a freaking ton, so I'm going to set him down. So I first saw this figure, up for pre-sale on the Four Horsemen's website, and was intrigued by it, but didn't jump on it right away. And then I was at Toy Con, New Jersey, an event that the Four Horsemen go to, and I got to see the prototype of that figure. And when I saw it in person, it was so impressive looking and everything that I ended up ordering one and have him now. And I didn't get a chance to mess around with the articulation on the figure or anything else really about it. Just the overall look of the character sold me. So, if you follow my channel, if you've heard me talking about before, I absolutely love what they're doing with the Cosmic Legions and how they're kind of bringing a little feel of like the old 50s sci-fi and some of the cool stuff from the 70s and 80s. And this guy, Slogg, I'll call him, he reminds me a lot of Bosk from Star Wars. He reminds me a lot of Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's just a really kind of cool figure. The way that they did this figure is also a cool one to add to. He has different accessories that you can go with, and I feel like they're going to come out with some more really cool stuff for this guy. My big question about this figure is I tend to like posability, and I don't know how posable this guy is. So I'm anxious to take him out of the box and have a really good look at him and see just how posable this figure is. When you do a line like Cosmic Legions, you're kind of going off on your own world fantasy kind of sci-fi that, either hits with people or it doesn't. If it resonates with you, then awesome. If it doesn't, though, it's a total miss. So these figures, I've been very curious about the people that go after these. Like, to me, Mythic Legions is a gimme. I love them. I love the whole fantasy sword and sorcery movies from the 80s, so that's kind of my thing. But I also am a huge sci-fi fan. Some of the old sci-fi movies are just so amazing to watch. I mean, The Thing from Another World is still and will always be one of my favorite films. So my taste in film and toys and the whole genre come from a large pool to draw from. And that's why, to me, I think the Cosmic Legions are a really wicked awesome figure line. But tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments, what you guys think of this. I noticed that my Cosmic Legions videos tend not to get nearly as many views as my Mythic Legions and some of the other ones. So, interesting. But I'm sticking with it. I love the Cosmics. I love bringing you them. I'm excited to take a look at this guy. See if you can do anything with him. See if you can pose him other than just kind of standing there looking like a big Slogg. So, let's take him over to the table. Let's open him up. Let's have a look at what this figure actually looks like. So here he is, Grandmaster Slogg. Actually, he's High Warden Slogg. But, he's my freaking figure. I call him whatever I want. Look at this guy. This figure is very cool. Has the helmet on, which is catching a reflection from my lights, which makes it a little tricky to see. But it is a really nice figure. And this guy has a very nice feel for the figure. He feels like a big chunk of really nice plastic, you know. He's just, the way he moves, the way he bends. Look at that detail even on the back of the figure. Very cool. Very neat stuff going on here. Really cool. So much detail in this guy. And the painting is really nicely done. There's a lot of nice details in there. You know, a lot of cool things going on with this figure. So look at the underside so you can see the hips, the way the ball sockets are for those. He's nice. He has nice flex there on his feet, or the ankle, I should say. And then the hips move really nice, and they kick out, and the legs kind of kick out real nice. So you can get some really good stances out of him. And one thing I really like about this big fella is he balances so well. Like, no matter how you have him standing, he just rock steady in his stance. You can even have him like he's lunging forward. I dig this, man. This is really nice. You know, it just did a review on the Wen Master figure that has almost no hip movement. And it makes him so hard to pose because he lacks that movement there. Check this out, too. These things unplug, which, of course, allows you... Do these unplug? Oh, they do too. I didn't even know these guys came out. Oh, yeah, check that out. So there you have ports that other things could go into. That's pretty cool. I didn't even realize they came out. Of course, this one I'm sure does too. Yep. Check that out. Well, there he is without the ports, but yeah, those things you could do, like, for me, someone who loves to do the customizing. That's awesome. And they just snap back in. I thought I had heard that these come out, but again, this is my first time handling the big guy in full glory. Now this visor, man, that's really cool. Pops right off, just slides right down, snaps right on real nice. Beautiful. His head, let's take that off. And he's got a big pivot there. You can kind of, I'll try to see in there a little bit. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But it's a big ball joint that allows this to move. Look how much you get on there. So that's really done nice. For a figure as big as it is, he really has great movement. His arms kick out to the sides pretty much completely. Oh, well, you know, his hands pop off, and of course he has other hands. I twisted a little too far on the wrist. So I guess you twist the wrist too far, the hands pop off. No big deal. But he has a real nice level of movement for a figure like this. And the fact that he's so rock steady, that really does blend well with being able to do things with him and get different poses out of him. So here's the two heads. There's the one head that he comes with. Let's crank this up a tad. So there it is. There's the one head he comes with the closed mouth. And then he comes with the angry face. That's not the right way. There he is. I like the angry face a lot. With the mouth open, I feel like that head really just is more dynamic and more attractive. One thing that I'm surprised that the arms and the legs don't match the head a little bit more in paint. The head is quite a bit brighter, where they have a lot more of this dry brushed color in the rest of them. But, you know, maybe it's because he has a helmet on and that's not exposed, I suppose, is a good enough reason. But it's not anything bad. I just mentioning it. Very, very cool. Liking this guy. So happy he is actually very impressive in person. And the more I'm just playing with him here, showing you him, the more I can't wait to take pictures of him. I love how sturdy he stands too. What a great looking little figure. He also comes with this scanner that he holds, and then this, of course, can plug into the back. It's nice. You see the little image on there, little buttons and stuff. Look at the size of his fingers. Look at the size of those buttons. Big fingers, tiny buttons. Okay. I mean, okay. In all seriousness, I can see that they wanted to give the guy something different and something unique rather than just a big weapon or something like that. So they gave him this scanner. But it's like I said, look at the size of those fingers. He's going to hit them little buttons. Okay. And I wish they would have just given him a big gun, you know, some kind of very unique looking weapon that kind of matched his figure. But that's okay. I'm not complaining or anything. It just, I just was wanting to show that as one of my little minor grievances, because I tell the video as I see it, you know, and it's not a bad prop. It's just, I don't know. He's a big, tough looking alien, big scar up his face, mean, nasty. A scanner? Okay. Anyhow, love this guy though. This figure is really cool. Love both heads they give you for him. It's really cool that they give you the two heads, you know, really make it kind of a little bit more variety in what you can do with him. Both heads are cool. You know, talked about some of the things he reminds me of. He even has a really nice little Creature from the Black Lagoon kind of look on that. If you look at that, I love it. Such an amazing details in this sculpt. Like, just that head alone is just such a beautiful work of art. I really, really am surprised. Like, this figure is way cooler than I even imagined he would be. Let's pose him up. We'll take some pictures in different poses and check out how he looks. And then we will wrap up the video afterwards. So there he is, Slogg. Man, I'll tell you, this figure, when I first saw him, as I said before, I was kind of surprised to see him in person. The detail on him and the way the sculpt is really impressed the hell out of me. And to have him now and have actually the ability to pose him and mess around with him, I really love this guy. He is definitely one of my top Cosmic Legions, if not number one right now, is Slogg. I just love this figure. I see great potential. Oh my gosh, this guy, I'm going to do some custom stuff for him. I'll tell you, man, I've been having so much fun making the custom pieces and working on figures. If you want to check that out or see what we have for sale on our webpage, check it out. It's trollheadstudios.com. I'll put a link below, and I'm telling you, I'm going to get to work on some pieces for this guy because, oh man, I got some things in mind that would be so cool with this figure. So, and there's a lot of other stuff there, including the orc head that you may have noticed in the one picture that looks like your boy here. So anyway, check it all out. Thank you for watching the video. Let me know what you think of this guy. Please subscribe to the channel, like the videos. I really appreciate it. And we're going to do a lot of really neat stuff. We got more figures coming up. I promise next time we're going to do this werewolf guy. I got some other cool stuff coming. So we've got a lot ahead. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. And we'll see you next time on Toys in Motion.